Yo, what is up, guys? It's Warlog3 here, and today I just wanted to talk about some of my opinions and thoughts on the new additions to the bombers in Ace Combat Infinity. So without further ado, let's get into it. And the gameplay you guys got in front of you right now is a A rank on Tokyo Martial Law Hard. A bit of a failed rank, I'd say, but I took the bomber out on here and I did just average, I'd say. I mean, it wasn't anything special because I've gotten an S rank before. But yeah, so let's talk about the first thing I think about the bombers in Ace Combat Infinity. Now, the first thing I like to say is that the bombers are not overpowered in this game. Hallelujah! I know. Back in Assault Horizon, the bombers in that game were just insanely overpowered if you managed to get them for an ASM run in, say, Capital Conquest, and you could just literally just destroy everything in your way. Thankfully, that's not the case here in Ace Combat Infinity. They're fairly balanced, actually. They're much slower and less maneuverable, yet they pack a huge punch against ground targets. They can do their job way better than any other attacker could. And that's where I feel like it balanced it out. The bombers in Ace Combat Assault Horizon, which I don't even think deserves to be called an Ace Combat, but that's a different topic for a different day. They were really fast, and they had the assistance of ASM, or air to surface. And what would happen is you would get boost in recharge rates and damage and that sort of thing, and it would just be completely just over the top how overpowered they truly were. They had so much punch, not even an attacker could match them. But now in this game, since they're a lot slower and much less maneuverable, but they still pack a similar punch, although it's a little bit less, they're not overpowered anymore, and that's good because balance in this game is key, especially with the dead of meta, which used to be a couple months ago. And you know, that's good. That's good that PA really nailed the bombers in this game. I feel as long as they don't make any really significant changes, that they're a good addition. That they make a lot of sense. They add a little bit of variety, a lot of spice to the game. So the next thing I wanted to talk about, and my opinion on the bombers, is that they are just insanely expensive, like ridiculous expensive. I bought the B1B a couple days ago. I know I showed a gameplay of that. It cost $672,000 just to buy, and that's the first bomber. And the first upgrade costs 974,000 credits. By comparison, the F4, its level 1 upgrade, costs 6,600 credits. 968,000 credit difference, and that's just for a level 1 upgrade. I know they have somewhere on the Seesaw Wiki how much, how much the upgrades after level 1 for the B1B costs, but if the first one costs 974,000, I can only imagine how much the rest of the upgrades cost. And to be honest with you, I'm not really interested in upgrading my B1. I think it was good right from the beginning. I don't really feel like upgrading it would make much of a difference. And if you thought the B1B was crazy, the B2 is just holy. I mean, it is 3,015,000 something credits to upgrade. That's just the level 1 upgrade. It costs like 3 million just to buy, which is just absolutely ridiculous. No other plane in Ace Combat Infinity costs that much to upgrade. And I just feel like they're just a little bit overpriced. I understand that they're new and everybody wants them, and they are very good, they're very powerful, but I didn't feel like they needed to be this expensive, because it's already tough enough, the grind as it is, and just making it harder, I feel like it was more of a money thing for Namco rather than to just, add more variety to this game. And considering this is a free-to-play game and that Namco really wants to earn money, I can expect that, But again, just like the overpoweredness of bombers in Assault Horizon, I think Namco went a little bit over the top with the pricing. I mean, it's just a little bit. I mean, maybe they should knock off half. I understand the B2 should be pretty expensive because it's hugely expensive in real life, and it's actually got tons of bombs and part slots. I understand that can be, pretty expensive. 1.5 million seems a lot more reasonable, and the B1 is kind of just your entry level bomber, so I feel like maybe 372,000 credits to purchase might be better. I don't know if they're going to do that. I hope they do. But the last thing I wanted to talk about, and the thing I noticed most with the B1, I haven't tested the B2, but with this bomber, is that they are extremely cumbersome, extremely difficult to handle. You'll see many times in this clip, in this capture, I attempt to do high G turns with a bomber, which I don't even know how that happens in real life, and it just doesn't really work. It kind of spins them out of control. They kind of just get messed up, and just regular turning too is extremely hard. Like you almost saw there, I almost smashed into that building. You just try and pull out a little bit, and if you're going fast enough, then you're just going to smash right into the building. And I recommend that you guys, even though it's kind of for beginners, I recommend that you use flight assist when getting into a bomber, because this is what happens. You get stuck in between buildings in Tokyo Martial Law Hard. Okay, maybe that was a little bit over exaggerated, but here I could not even escape. Flight assist helped keep me alive a little longer, but this is what I'm talking about, how difficult and cumbersome they are to handle, and I feel that's a good balancing factor, but really it's almost impossible to get a grip on. Like, you can't really reel them in. You get into a high-speed bombing run and you realize it's too late to pull out, well, then you're done. And that's good because, you should, as a bomber, you should be striking from up high. But I mean, this is Ace Combat, you can stretch the realism of aircraft a little bit. But that was mostly my thoughts on the bombers, the new additions. I feel like it's interesting. It adds good variety. As you can see, I got an A rank. This was one of my first times, using the B1 bomber. I didn't really expect the clip at the end where I was smashing between all the buildings. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about the bombers, and I'll see you on the next one.